Hi guys, Scott Keating here, just over at, there we go, over at Kids Town this morning, walking around over here, enjoying watching the sunrise over the back here, just enjoying all that. Peace and quiet, no kids over here, not that I don't like kids, but just very quiet and yeah, beautiful over here this morning. Been over here for a long time, but what I want to share today is, we get so many opportunities. Good morning, Judy. We get so many opportunities in society to have real conversations, and we skip them. We go to punish, shame. If people do something we don't agree with, we want to punish them and shame them and embarrass them, and then we think the problem's dealt with. And I say this. Hey Brooklyn, go mate. Well done yesterday, mate. I only saw part of your fight. I saw the first 2 rounds, and what an awesome effort. Silver medal, Australian silver medal in boxing. Well done, mate. I think you still got next year in the juniors, so big year ahead, mate. Be watching you and supporting you, and well done. Huge effort, huge effort. You've done what a lot of people haven't done, so be proud of yourself, mate. Getting back to what I was talking about is, I watched, I don't watch much news, and I saw the incident with the private school boys on the train, I think, singing the shit song with shit lyrics, with shit meaning behind the lyrics. And I saw it a couple of days after, because I don't watch much news, I don't read much news, and anyway, so when that happened, I jumped on social media and watched the comments, and most of the comments were, we need to embarrass them, we need to publicly shame them, we need to pretty much destroy them. The people on there, because these private kids will go on to be CEOs and hold positions of power, and we need to destroy that, because we can't have that toxic male masculinity approach in the workforce or in society. So we need to destroy these kids, and that's what we seem to go to. It was the same when Barry Hall, the start of the year, said a pretty shit comment on radio, which I've got another opinion about that whole thing, because that whole conversation went pear-shaped several minutes before Barry Hall said what he said, and that whole conversation should have been turned around before it got to that stage, in my opinion. But for Barry Hall, it was the same thing. I read the comments after Barry Hall made the comment on the radio, and he needed to lose his income, be kicked off the radio, lose his income. I saw some messages, a lot of messages on social media, how he doesn't deserve a wife. So really his marriage should break up, and that would be justified, because he said one shit comment on radio, and to the extent that really, if he had have really run off the rails and suicided or something, that would be his fault as well, because he said the shit comment. And so the same thing we did to Barry Hall, the same thing we do to the cricketers, the same thing we do to anyone that does something that we don't agree with. Instead of taking the chance to have real conversations and asking why and trying to change the culture, we just want to shame, embarrass and humiliate the people involved, then put our head in the sand and think we've dealt with the situation. It's the same with these boys. Like, I'm sure there's some really nice boys in that group that were singing that song, and yet we want to destroy them. I think they were they year 10 or somewhere around there. So we're talking 16-year-old, 17-year-old boys, and we want to destroy their future instead of having real conversations. And I actually like it. I don't like it that it happens, but when these things come up, I enjoy the time that, I was with my apprentice the other day with my kids, and I get to have real conversations about what do they think about that, and why do they think it was all right. I jumped on the comments with the boys, and there was comments ranging from, there was a couple of ladies on there that basically, this is why they're not getting married, this is why they don't date men, is because of these boys. So that's one extreme. Then you got other ones on there, and I get that the other ones are going, are still going, the boys will be boys, what's the big deal, and that sort of thing. But it just gives us an opportunity to have a real conversation and start changing culture, because I don't know this school, I don't know the people involved in this school, but I saw the song, and the song's a long song with clever words but not clever words. So you had to know the song to be able to sing the song. You had to have sung this song before to be able to sing the song. And obviously the song's been sung for a fair while, But it was okay last week when we didn't know about it, or the week before, or the year before, or the 5 years before. So it's good when this stuff, I find it good when this stuff comes out, because, as I say, we can start having conversations, because you can ban every boy, destroy every boy there. There's ones before him who have sung this song, there's ones after him who will probably sing this song. So we need to get back to the culture and changing culture, but you're not going to change culture by just punishing and destroying. I suppose right through society or history, we've had people, a dictator or a government comes in, kills people that don't agree with them, and they still have their beliefs. They still go on with their beliefs. They might go on with them in silence and not so much outward, but they still got the beliefs. So destroying someone, destroying people and punishing people like that, and I'm not saying none of these people should face consequences. I'm not saying Barry Hall shouldn't have had consequences for what he said. I'm not saying the boys shouldn't have consequences for what they said, but most of the comments I see are extreme. They want to destroy him. They want to destroy a 16-year-old boy, or even a grown man in Barry Hall, or the cricketers, with the sandpaper on the ball or whatever. We want to destroy people, and then we think we've dealt with it. There'll be another scandal in cricket or sport where someone's tried to cheat to win, because that's the culture. And until we talk about that culture, even with the cricketers, nothing's going to change. Nothing's going to change until we sit down, have the conversation. As I say, I'm rapt that come out. I'm rapt that got the boys took that measure on the bus or on the train or whatever it was, because it's allowed me to have conversations with my apprentice, my kids, other people around me about it, about what we think, and you can start changing culture when you start talking. You don't change culture from just punishing and then sticking your head in the sand and thinking it's all better. Anyway, that's my opinion. We need to just take these opportunities to move forward, to start moving forward, to start just having real conversations, the real conversations we need to have as society, that we all move forward. And anyway, I thought that was a great opportunity to do that. I thought Barry Hall's incident was a great opportunity to do it in sport and our mentality around sport. I thought the cricketers, when with the sandpaper, Lance Armstrong, I loved Oprah. If you can watch Lance Armstrong's, when everyone wanted to hang Lance Armstrong, Oprah did I reckon it was a 2-part night series. And I got so much out of it because she asked the right questions. She asked the questions about why. Why did you think it was okay? And Lance Armstrong's thing was his blood doping was, he believed it was his blood. He took it out at one altitude, put it in another altitude with more oxygen or whatever they do in it. And so he justified that in his head. And as of the testosterone, he's lost a testicle. So he just replaced the testosterone his body would have produced. So it was his justification of it, and it doesn't make it right. But once we start hearing why, then you can start dealing with the next kids coming through, the next athletes coming through. You can start dealing with it when you know the why. So why do the boys think that this is okay? Why did Barry Hall think it was okay to say what he said? Then we can start dealing with the mentality around it and start moving forward. But just punishing, shaming, embarrassing, then sticking a head in the sands, dealing with nothing, because the incidents keep happening. So hope that makes some sense. I'm going to go have a rip a day. How beautiful out here. Kids town this morning, all by myself. It's very peaceful, very beautiful. So have a rip a day, enjoy your Sunday, and talk to you soon. Cheers, guys.